so no public comments.
Can I say one thing? John Adamos's birthday today.
It's, oh my gosh.
Happy birthday.
Birthday, John.
Thank you.
He's 39, like Jack Benny.
I'm younger than Billy.
He's like
Do you
Jack
sing
Benny.
at the beginning of the meeting?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
During my report?
Happy birthday.
I'm going late for it.
Wow, and you're choosing to spend it with us, a part of it. So we'll keep the meeting moving so you can keep
Ooh,
it
what a
busy.
fun that is.
Okay.
Happy birthday, John. Many, many more.
I hope so.
Healthy, happy. So the minutes, did everyone get a chance to read over the minutes? I think Jane did, also, right? So I don't think we can vote
I
on.
think Jane and Diane.
Right, Jane, oh, right, so
So can't obey them.
you're welcome to read them over, of course.
They were mine, yeah.
You can't vote on them. Did everyone get a chance? We have a motion to accept the minutes. Do we have a second motion? Billy Boo. Any discussion? Nothing from my perspective. Okay. All in favor of passing these minutes, approving these minutes? All right, perfect. My report, as always, I know is a little redundant, but ongoing many thanks to all of you for your commitment to this commission and the work of REC and to our staff of REC. And it'll be exciting to hear about all of the registration and everything else tonight. We should acknowledge John's birthday, which is amazing that you're here with us.
Reason we're so live? Yeah, it's okay.
No, that you were here at a recreation commission on your birthday.
Don't touch me.
And just an update on the community and cultural center. Some of the old firehouse materials are in process of being moved out. There's been some work being done, I believe, inside at this juncture. All of the equipment from the old firehouse should be moved out by early June, I believe. And then we have 6 months to get this center, make it a center. Because the funding is good through December 31st of this year, from my understanding. So things are really moving for real this time. So I'm excited to
What
say that.
needs to happen to make the center a center? Do
Um,
you need volunteer support? Is it all arranged and we know what is happening?
Those all arranged and have to do it. They just have to do everything that was in the grant. Everything has to be done in this grant, or they're going to lose the grant, and they can't do it. So we're getting the firehouse is getting out. They're moving the stuff to Bethany's to a warehouse, and then they come in and finish the whole thing.
Okay, so we have, there's an architecture firm involved, and I guess we will find out if we do need some volunteer hours, but right now that's not part of the plan. But it's nice that you're offering up that idea. I don't know if you're offering your services, but.
I mean, depending on what's needed. I
Yeah.
can't build anything,
Yes.
but I could paint a wall.
Yeah.
I have a barn inside.
So that's probably the biggest update I have, that it's moving, which is very nice to be able to say that, because that will have direct impact on the rec department and envision all sorts of nice programming going on there, including maybe adding some programming. Like maybe that nice yoga meeting space that could maybe have a bar for dance, or as a dance bar.
Yes,
bar.
there's,
And-
we're hiring an individual, a high school student in Amity that she's fantastic. She's Mackenzie Rowland, the Chief Rowland's daughter, who's won a lot of awards for her dance, and she's captain of the Amity dance team. And she's going to work for us this summer, a couple of days a week, teaching dance
That's great, to the kids.
to the
And
kids, and
maybe-
this will be perfect. And she's at that level where she could teach adults too.
Yeah, so, there could be lots of neat programming, so it's a great time to continue. I mean, I know you're thinking about programming always, so we'll continue on with that. I think that's You know, unfortunately, I wasn't able to be at the Earth Day event, which I know was tremendous, and I know rec was involved, right? There
Yep,
was
we
some-
were there the whole day, we were there the whole time. We had a table like this set up, we had all our flyers on there. We had tons of people who come up and to get the flyers, but we had a lot of new people that just moved to town and didn't know what we had and everything. So we gave them that, we had a place to get on the, show them how to get on the website, and John put up
QR codes.
QR, I don't know what they call those things, the
Right.
QR things, so they can just take a picture and get to it.
And we were gonna
That
have.
was on Saturday.
Yeah.
And we were gonna have some activities, but did they get
It-
rained out?
Yeah, everything got rained
Yeah.
out, and Mr. Taddy did indoors, all they had was
Cornhole.
cornhole.
Oh, nice.
And then they had a magician, a wizard come. If he didn't look like a real wizard, nobody did. He looked like a real wizard, but he was really a good magician.
Yeah, so a lot of effort was put
Yeah.
in this, I know. So thank you for your input and involvement. That's all I've got. No liaison reports. Personnel, there's no personnel.
No, next month will be,
Would be
summer
good.
camp.
Okay.
Okay. The CUPOP grant discussion update. Do we have any update?
I haven't heard anything, but she did stop by the office, and she did say that, she says, I'm not letting it go,
That's Nicole?
Nicole.
Okay.
And if Nicole's not letting it go, something's gonna happen.
Okay, she's a shaker mover. And the technical assistance committee, I know there's some double teaming
You went to
here.
the last.
I attended the last meeting.
Yeah, how's that going?
It went very well actually. They presented multiple options that they're considering. Each option has different number of housings, what kind of housings. But what was good to see is every plan had recreation part of it, including tennis courts and a swimming pool.
Excellent.
That was good to see.
Yes,
I believe there was a public forum meeting after that
Yes.
where everyone from Woodbridge
That was
could come.
Wednesday night, yeah.
Correct.
so this is for the country club space. And I know that you can still give feedback, is it through May 2nd?
I think so.
May 2nd, so you can go online and see the images of the different options and a description,
If
right?
anyone hasn't done so, I'll highly encourage everyone to look at that
Yeah.
and probably provide their feedback.
Yeah, everyone's feedback would be wonderful.
I think that's the next step, trying to whittle it down to a few select options and then looking at economic analysis in terms of does it make sense, how do we move forward, when do we move forward, things like that. So I think it's moving well
Good.
further ahead. It
Good.
was good to hear that recreation is part of the plan.
Yeah, good. Thank you both for your involvement. Is there another meeting scheduled?
There will be,
Yeah,
I haven't seen
but haven't
anything on the
heard
calendar
anything
yet.
yet. Yeah.
okay. I guess this May 2nd vote,
They
that's
tend to
probably.
be kind of
where-
last minute about
Right.
it, like the week before, they're like, okay, the next meeting's in the middle of the day on a Wednesday, and I'm like,
Work.
That's hard.
Right, well, maybe, I imagine after the final vote goes in May 2nd, so it's
My guess is
coming
they will
right
want
up.
to
That's set,
Look at
Friday.
the outcome of the survey,
Yeah,
review it, and then plan the next meeting.
so remind family and friends, yes.
Now, is there a builder that's
The,
proposing?
we have someone who has experience with building as acting as a consultant.
No, someone to build the place.
I
They
think
haven't selected any.
they haven't selected
Okay.
one.
Any partners yet to build anything. This was
Partners.
just about, partners.
The plan.
This is just about, what's the feasibility of doing all the different things on the site and what options make the most sense.
So
for
these,
the town.
this is a wish list.
But a more detailed one, because there is an architect who is trying to look at what is the feasibility, and they're trying to implement or take into account the wish list from the community. Okay, we need to preserve a certain acreage of the land. We don't want to build more than a certain number of houses. Is it going to add more stress to the school system? Things of that nature.
Right, right. Take a look at the plan. I need to relook at it. I haven't cast my vote yet, but I will. Because May 2nd is Friday.
Have you taken a look at it and do you have a preference?
You could go early.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was dreaming.
You could
It's
vote
okay.
early.
You should dream
You
about
were-
what you could possibly do with the country club property, because the options are up and available on the
Online?
Online.
And,
Okay, I'll go on.
yeah, take
tomorrow.
a look and see
Yeah,
what would be most,
I think I made a list,
beneficial
John.
for
Did we
that.
make a list of
Yeah, you
we prioritize what we want on this, but I'll see what's on their list
yeah.
right.
and review it.
But were there 8 options? There are a lot of
There
options.
are multiple options,
think
and they're
there's-
not limited just to rec. They're limited in terms of which side of country club they're going to use, how many houses they're going to build, what kind of houses they would recommend building. So it's more detailed and more involved.
At least it's in progress.
Yeah, so I think it's
All
really
right.
important, as, you know, the rec department, rec commissioners, that we have our
I'll
input,
get on it tomorrow.
definitely. Okay, and this brings us to your report, our fearless leader.
We open up with the Health and Fitness Wellness Center like this will be opened up this Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh,
They
really?
opened the building, the
That-
building's been cleared, they got their final statement came back and everything was cleared and everything. So they opened it up Saturday so that the Earth Day can use some of the building. That was great because it was raining and
Yeah.
they put about 10 or 12 tables there. Tons of phone calls and tons of people come over to me and asking me like this, and I didn't know anything because we weren't told. But today I went up right upstairs in the morning to Mika, and he was at his office, and he explained to me that they got the final thing. It came one weekend, and we would have known by today. We would know that we're doing it.
Wow.
I met him first before he was able to do this. But, it's going to open Wednesday or Thursday. It'll be open.
So are you gonna send out a news blast or contact all the people?
So we're going to let him guess.
Yeah, I know, like, why are you saying that?
Yes, we are.
And John had me send a little thing saying, you know, it could possibly be open by
Yeah.
Wednesday
Let
or
them know ahead of
Thursday.
time, so
Yeah.
then we have the exact day, because they
Yeah.
gotta clean it. All they have to do is clean those rooms, go in there and clean all the machines, clean all the flat areas, shelves and everything like that, and then we'll be able to go in. And he said that should be tomorrow, today or tomorrow, to have that done. And
Great.
if they do, we'll open Wednesday. Outdoor facilities are doing great. The fields are in tremendous shape. They're all being used. The tennis courts are being used. I talked to Adam, and they're going to refit those tennis courts down there. They're not going to do the Allegri property one, but Adam and I are going to do it. We're going to fix the crack that's over there. We're going to, and then they're going to help us put down 2 pickleball courts. They're going to be practice pickleball courts because I'm not sure if we can get the exact diameter of the courts on there, but it'll be very, very close. So we'll have 2 more courts for people to go if they want to, go to that park and use them. So Recreation bought all the tape, we bought industrial outdoor tape for doing this,
Yeah.
so that they last. But then if they do remodel it, they can just rip it right up and
Yeah.
do it, because they'll put a whole new top on.
Great.
There.
The community will be happy about having more.
Yeah, two more
pickleball
courts. The fields are in good shape, we're down to the fields. I also did, last week, I do it like once a month. I go to every field, and I go to every park and everything, swing sets, everything, and I do all testing. I just check on if bolts are loose, anything's broken, anything like this. But Timmy, the park director who does fixing and everything like this, has it in good shape. He goes and checks and do, but I just want to make sure on my own that I know what it is. And I made a list of anything that I found, anything. This week I didn't find anything. They did do me a favor. I asked them to the gazebo that the, what do you call it, club, you guys put it up, Rotary.
No, pavilion.
Pavilion, that they put a pavilion, but you couldn't get to it. The path was small like this. They opened it wide up, they went in, they hit the trees, and they cleaned everything. So now in the parking lot, you can see it. And it's opened up, and there's like 10 or 12 picnic tables there. It's a nice pavilion underneath
Who
it.
did that?
Is there any signage, like picnic pavilion and an arrow?
I don't think there is. I don't think there is. So
Why not?
we'll get on that too. We'll get on, mark that down, John. We'll do, the signage there, but.
So who cleared that out? Who
The
cleared-
town.
The
The
town.
town came in, I asked them on like Tuesday, when I went there on Wednesday, because I used I need a lot of the sticks off the branches to build what I'm building, and everything was gone. They cleaned up everything in one day. They took everything out.
That's great. Is that something, I mean, it's not really a rec thing, but is that something we should like let people know? A news-
No, yeah,
like a
we should
news
put it on
blast?
our website, we should put it on our
Yeah.
website saying that, along
Yeah.
with the playground, that's right
Yeah.
there, there's a pavilion right behind it for picnics or anything you want, you
Yeah,
can do like this.
protected,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's nice.
Okay, great.
Then the tennis courts we just talked about.
Excuse me, John, can you put a picture, and the pavilion is available by request or something, make it like it's in
Yeah.
use and you have to, not that, you know,
A free permit, like we do with all the other things, so you have to get a
right,
permit.
well, don't make
to
it sound
preserve
like
it.
it's, you know, make it sound like it's a privilege to get it. And
We should stage a party there for when we.
There's actually a
photos.
couple parties coming up there. People do
Oh, nice.
reserve that, yeah.
Make
So
sure
they
they get
reserve
pictures
through
so you
rent?
can post
Yeah,
them.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah, we give them a permit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's on our website, we'll make sure it's there, we'll get a sign up and get a picture of it, you know, like this, and then like Billy said, we'll do something, write something up about it, you know, if you come and use it like this, it'd be, yeah. It'd be
Nice,
good.
that's great.
It's another asset for the town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Programs are running really good. In the fall, we opened up a recreation, and we get close to 300, but this fall we had over 350 sign up for our courses, for all our programs were full. Then we went to the winter, and we usually average about 250 or so like this, a little bit in the winter time, a little bit less. We went over 350, so we went over 100. And then now in the spring, we really dropped down to like 225, 240 something, at the most like that, because of baseball and all that thing.
Yeah.
We're over 300.
Wow.
What's the difference between what you're doing this year?
The way it's presented, when this gentleman presents his program with this, they're coming back to programs, people are not going away, and then they're signing up for more programs. And then the rec department started, we tried to get a pickleball program started, pay to play pickleball on a Friday like this, and we got a couple of kids, but not much like this, so I decided to do free. It's free, pickleball, come on like this, let the kids learn. It's like what we did with a guitar. We had guitar, we needed 8, we only got 6, so we ate 1, the cost of 1, the company ate 1, I guess. And yeah, did we lose money on that one? Yes. But then the next time we ran it, we had 16, and we only needed 8, so we doubled like this by doing. So you present it to them. Right now we have 24 with a waiting list. So John and I were talking, and we decided to come up with 24 on Friday, that's all we can take, that's a maximum. On Beecher South Gym, there's 3 courts, and they rotate in. We're gonna go, on Friday. We're going to go for a Saturday program. We're going to open it up for a Saturday right after gymnastics, and when gymnastics ends, we're going to go all the way to the end of May with it, have the kids come and be part of the program. Our running club, all the kids that were in it last year all came, they told their friends, so we're almost 30.
We're at 30.
We're at 30 kids in the running club. So our programs are doing good. We're being presented well. We have Dave Smith and Dave Cohen. I think hiring Daves is good, because we've
Yeah,
got 2
yeah.
new Daves. I was going to get Davey Crockett, but couldn't make it.
We've got the.
But yeah, that's the program why. I think that the way we're handling it, the way we're presenting it like this, and the kids, and I don't know how he does it, but this guy knows every kid's name. He remembers every name and knows the kids like this. And the other day I called him, Dave, you're supposed to meet me over of the trailers. He says, I'm with 2 children until the parents pick them up, and I'm not leaving. So that's the coverage of this
That's
man.
my-
Yeah.
safety.
Safety is
Sure,
important
of
for
course.
us like that. Right?
Is there a certain age group that is increasing in enrollment, or?
No, it's an overall group from third grade, third grade, 4th, 5th, and 6th. A little bit less than 6th, but 5th, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, right in the middle. But what happens is, as you go along, all these kids that are coming up keep coming like that. And Woodbridge is a funny town, you know. We opened up the running club with what we have, with 10 kids on the thing like this, and then 3 days before we're going to open up, we had 15, and then the day of it, we had 25, and then everybody signing up.
Testament to programs well run.
Yeah, they come, and that's it. And you get the people that come back, that's when you know have a good program.
My favorite one is the little kids on gymnastics on Saturday morning.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
18 little kids, 1-year-old, they sit on the mat, they move, they don't, the kids that run around. It's wonderful to see.
Well, my grandson, my 2 twin grandsons were great. They went over, they ball thing, they pick them up, they take them, run down the other end of the room, hide them,
It's
roll
just
them.
fun to watch.
Yeah.
But they let them do anything. They let the parents go out there. They're out there. Paul Konopoulos, who's the director of it, is there. And plus, she's a certified nurse, so we have a nurse on
That's
duty
great.
at all times right there with us.
I have very fond memories of those gymnastic days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
And they're going good. Yes,
Yeah.
and Stevie Cahoon and
Yeah.
Dave Smith, they our program, Dougie Fortune. We have good workers. We have good people that
Very
get the kids
dedicated.
involved. They get the kids involved. We had a basketball thing, and we had a girls' team. They all wanted to play one thing like this. They went to the finals. of that like this, by playing it, and Doug, you said, they're really proud of the way that they all played, and they were accepted, the boys, accepted like this, it was basketball, it wasn't boy, girl, it was basketball,
Yeah.
that's what they
You
played.
know, I think for years, you know, as a parent of kids who went through the programming and on, you know, through present, the coaches are really committed, they really have a good time, they inspire kids to have a good time. It's just a really
And I
great
also think
vibe.
one of the things that's important that we do that other towns don't do, the state law is 1 to 12. One adult to 12 kids. Well, we don't do that in Woodbridge. We do 1 to 6.
Yeah.
And we have to, and that's what we do. So if you have a group of 24 and you have one person in charge, you have to have a second person. So now you got 2 people, 1 to 12. Well, if somebody's absent, the program can't run. You're going against state law. If somebody gets hurt, you're in trouble. So we go 1 to 6 with 4 people. If somebody's out, it's 1 to 8. And 1 to 8 is okay. It's still okay, 1 to 8 like this. That's how we run it for safety. Safety always comes first. We always have kids on there, and they're like little groups, and they go around. It's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Those are the programs. Pickleball, I explained that. It's going to be in 2 sessions like this. And then we have a financial report.
Before we,
John.
oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
you
Go
go
ahead.
first. Go ahead.
Before we go to the financial report, last time we had a discussion about the Bethany kids potentially attending
Yes,
Woodbridge summer camp.
Bethany hired a lady who, I think it's excellent, she was at the JCC, and she went up there and she was offered a job. I was on the committee like this, and she was excellent. I talked to Paula, the first select woman. I talked to her yesterday, and she said this girl took off like you wouldn't believe, getting everything going. She has the summer camp set up for that like this. But I also told her that this year only, if anybody, because it was so late in getting it going, if they don't, they're allowed to come to Woodbridge as a resident, feel like this, to help them out. I guess, and she really thought that was great that we stuff, because you got to help other towns because they'll help you like this. So yeah.
So that is still a possibility.
Yes, that's still a possibility. That's still on the table. I told her that's on the table, and she'll let the young lady know that it's still there. If they need us, we're there.
Great. And I had a question also. I know we talked last time about the detailed plan. So there's the country club space, and then I know you documented priorities in terms of priorities of programs, and then we were talking about a fairly detailed description of like what age groups can be served for the different.
Right, that's in
programs.
progress right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
We had a few things in recreation that we had to deal with in the last month
Sure.
with the superintendent of schools and the building and everything like that we had to address.
Yeah.
And then we did that like this, and I started working on it, and that shelved a little bit. So I'll get right back. That's the
Fair
last.
enough.
I have nothing right now, so that would be on the list
Okay.
to work
Sounds
on.
good.
John, I don't see anybody for the pool. There's nobody. Oh, that's right. Okay.
So financial.
We need to get a pool because certain husband lost his wife to Orange Pool. 3 days a week, I don't see my wife till 11 o'clock. She's doing a yoga group there. There's like 6 of them that do water yoga or something like that. She enjoys it. So I think the pool is an important part of recreation at the town. Should look at that and see if we can get that back into
Yeah.
our program.
Yeah.
And also, somebody mentioned to me the other day that they were upset that we didn't have a pool, not for adults. They were upset for Mr. Taddy's swim lessons. He said, what about all
Sure.
the children at Beach Road School
Sure.
that learn to swim and go
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Learn how to swim. It's learn how to swim program is a tremendous asset.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
that would be really good.
Yeah. Okay. So financial report, what should we, take us through this?
So I know we would be explained. We're at 71%, which is about exactly what. That's probably curveballs there, kids.
Right, that was last year.
That's it. What do they call it? Yeah. This year we're at 77%. And the reason why our expenses are a little higher is because our programs are up. Where we would have only 3 kids working with Dave, having in a group, but Dave would have to hire 5.
Right.
Especially with gymnastics, and the younger ones like this. We have one individual at each match, so instead of having 3 on Saturday, we have 5. So we had to add a couple more people like this. So, but I'm still not gonna waver on safety. And that's what we're gonna have, and that's what we're gonna do, no matter what. And John, if you wanna do the income one,
Anyone have any questions about that or that mission? I think it's, we appreciate the safety. that's for
the
sure.
only thing I'd like to say is, I talked to Tony, and if next year we get into a bind where we have to go to the reserve account the town has like this, the town cut, I asked for, its budget is tight, I know the budget's tight, I think, but when a individual group, the Woodbridge Recreation Department, asked for $34,000, that's what we asked for. And 27,700 of that was minimum wage increase, right? And that's happening. And the representative that I know from this area I spoke with, it was presented to $17 an hour, a whole dollar to go up another like this. So we were cut all that, plus another 3,000. So our budget in that area, in expenses for workers, our workers like that, is less money this year than last year. When we have more workers this year and a bigger program, because we're growing. When you grow, you have to expand, or you die. And we're doing our part. But Tony and the town said that just run your program the way you want, and they'll see when we get to the end of the year, see how it is to help us out if we're in trouble. But we're never in trouble.
The increased number of participants isn't covering the cost of the increased number of people you need to hire.
Right, we're not here to make profit, we're not here to make profit, we're here to break even.
To
But
cover
yeah,
the cost.
what happens is, we cover the 3 people that were working there, but now we have 2 more. So that area, let's say, cost $5,000 to run the program like this. Well, we'll spend $5,500 because we had to hire extra people. But then in another program, if there's less, because we're a bottom line thing like this, red or black, and we've always been in the black. So, but we
I guess
figure it out.
what I'm wondering is, do we need to take a look for the next fiscal year at what we charge for the different programs?
We just went up. We just went up 100% in the summer camp. You asked us that last time.
Yeah,
Nancy,
yeah,
and
no, I'm still,
we did
but
go
not
up.
just about summer camp, but about, the cost for pickleball is free or whatever, like, I don't wanna have to charge people more, but if it means that, you're not gonna be able to run programs if you can't hire the people to run them.
Well, we will run the programs. It's not that we can't. We will run the program. We're not going to stop running the program. But what we're going to do is address, like you said. So now next year, when we look at that like this, and how many we had, what it was going to cost, the cost of that will go up. You're correct in doing that. So it would be not just the summer program. I said summer, but you are right. The whole program should be looked at. If we have to go up 5-6% on those charging, we have to, because that's the cost. You're
Yeah,
right.
Minimum wage goes up, you have to hire people.
You have to hire people. Yeah, we will do that. That will be in the budget.
And right now, you're offering pickleball for free, but I assume, I don't know if I can assume, next time there will be a fee.
Oh, there'll be a fee.
Yeah,
There'll
this
be
is like a
fee
trial
to
run.
cover it like this.
Yeah,
So in the end, we'll make up, I'll get it started with a minimum charge. I was looking at it like this for 24 kids, it's $50 like this, or $60. I'll look at it, but it is. And then once we get the program started and it's solid, then you can move up. You have people coming to the program. You don't want to start off really high and nobody comes
yeah.
and lose people. You want them to come like this. And once the word gets out there that it's there, this is what happens. It grows like that.
You only have, I think, 4 more pickleballs for them up in May.
Well, for them, but we're going to run it. We're not going to stop pickleball. We're going to go right to the end. When gymnastics and everything ends, we're still going to go 3 more weeks.
It's the end of May.
Yeah, we're going to go to the end of May. But it's just, it's a few weeks. It's just something to show, to get it out there, and it
Yeah,
did, and
yeah.
it worked well.
That's
So
great.
now the word's there, and Mr. Taddy is tremendous in helping us with his kids and pumping recreation, and this is what they have, come down to this. After we gave them the flyers and told them to hand out lights like that, that's when we got the surge,
John,
Great.
where do you see like the greatest opportunity? Is it like getting more kids to come to the programs, or is it like rentals? Like if you think about some of
No, it's
the,
getting more kids to come to the program.
Yeah.
We survive on how many children repeat and come back to our program. And our repeat, I bet you, is about 90% of the kids coming back to it, and that's the big important thing. Rentals and things like that, they're here or there. They're not like, birthday parties on a Saturday, you know, 52 weeks, 52 weekends, you may get 10, 12
Yeah.
parties.
But like, so say, like you mentioned, like numbers as high as 350, right? And are there programs like for all ages? Like, I mean, like, are most of the programs, you mentioned like.
Most of the programs are open to all ages,
Yeah.
and boys and girls are in every program. There's no division of this is a girls' program or boys' program. Everybody's allowed. Special ed is allowed.
And like, how many kids now are like part of like even just like the Beecher, like what percentage do you have? Like,
Well, we want at least 25% of the Beecher population to come to recreation. That was
Yeah.
our goal.
like what is that
We're
number?
at almost
Like, I don't
40.
even
We're
know.
at almost 40%.
Oh,
We're almost.
okay.
We're you know, there's 900 students at Beecher.
Yeah.
We're averaging 350. So that gives you a thing.
Yeah.
We're there. It's a pool, and there's a lot of things that are being done if everybody's drawing from the same pool, like this.
Yeah.
But we seem to have programs that the kids want to come to. Because they have extended day and they have other programs like that that they run. And we run back to back with them, and the kids come here, and then Dave sends them up there in the summertime. We do the same thing. We walk all the kids up there so that our programs work together. Yeah, but our percentage is there. And Julia's absolutely right. We take a look at what we do next year, and then we have to go up accordingly so that we break even. We don't have to make $1 million, but we break even to cover our costs for the people that work for us.
Different
And
programs.
we'll have 141, I looked at it, it was 141 workers. Of the 141 workers that work for us, 11 are salaried, you know, that get paid the larger bucks. The rest are all minimum wage. They're all the kids, and we have any high school students and everything like that that come here. We get tons, and Dave knows all the kids, and he gets repeats, and then when kids go off to play a sport, the next kids come in who just got off a sport like this, and they send it to their friends, and they come here. And to be honest with you, summer camp is the biggest thing in Amity. You know, they get a ton of kids that want to come in like this, and Nick Dettori being over at the Amity being the girls basketball coach is running a program for us. He's for the third year in a row, he's going to run a girls basketball program the week before camp, like that. And it's how many do we have now? 30?
33.
33 in his camp already signed up. Yeah. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. We're getting a good piece of the pie.
One question or suggestion. Have we looked at how the rates of the extended program offered by Beecher has increased over the years?
I don't know how it increased over the years, but I know it went way up. I know they pay.
I mean, are we
They pay
keeping
their
on
teachers. I
par
think
with that?
they pay their people like over $20-something an hour to run their program like this. They have a large budget like this, and they have a lot of programs where they'll run like 7, 8, 9 different programs, I believe. And you know they don't have that many in each program, but the kids have a choice in extended day to go to this, or this while they're there, like that. But it is expensive to go to the two. And we went up on our fees for summer camp. We went up on our fees for summer camp. We're not even close to what some of the towns are.
Correct.
With the JCC and programs like that offer it like this. But I think we're within the budgets that we hit everybody in town, and we don't whack people out. And a lot of people call and ask for help on recreation, and we ask them to say why or this like that, and they come in, we look at it, and then we decide. You know, we have kids that are in there. I won't say no names, but I'll just say that there are 2 people in one family that come in the rec like this. The father died, the mother is by herself. She doesn't have, you know, like this. So we let them come to camp and like that. They have to pay for extracurricular activities and things like that. And I spoke with her and again this year, and she said this is the last year for one of them, 6th grade, going on up to the junior high. And she was ecstatic that that's all right. Well, what do we have this year, Mom? What do we have this year? Without that, you know, Liberty has.
Do we have differential rates?
We do. We have multiple rates for kids. You know, you have 1 child, 2 child, 3 child. It drops down.
No, I'm saying based on the background. Or because
Yeah.
for Beecher, for
financial
example,
aid.
they have assisted programs.
Yeah.
Could we have?
We do
differential
assisted by need
rates?
by calling. If people call us like this, then we'll assist them and work with them like this. They write down what they need, what they have, how hard it is, and what they're doing. If they're on a program, Beecher even calls us. Beecher says these students get free lunch and get this and that.
Correct.
Once we hear that, then we offer them like half price.
And it's not a lot.
No, but it's enough. It's enough. Yeah, those kids can't be left out.
Correct.
They have to be there. Like that.
Did you have another question?
No.
I just want to mention extended day because your work is $20 an hour.
We heard that.
Didn't somebody just say that a second ago? What, are you sleeping?
No.
Put your hearing aids in.
I have my hearing aids and I can hear
What?
you.
I heard that.
I can hear you now.
What?
Excellent, good.
$20 an hour to
Yeah,
start.
to start.
But you
$20
were-
an hour.
Yeah,
But they
I
hire
hear you.
adults.
No, but-
They hire a lot of adults. There's more adults in their program than there are kids. And our program is more kid-orientated with supervisors that watch them
Yeah.
like this.
which is,
The
Which
kids
is fine.
The kids get paid $20 an hour. when they
I
start.
understand. We don't.
He's gonna be mad at me because I said.
Yeah, but you just took me up for the second time. We won't do this again.
Okay, all right.
We're on film here. This is my brother. I'm gonna knock him out afterward.
Okay.
All right, so, current
Yeah.
income, so we got that.
But I just want to say our program's runs so smoothly. I mean, we have glitches in it. And, you know, we have the kids that work, tell these that school has to come first. You know, your education.
Sure, of
has to come
course.
first. It's a lot of juggling, it's a lot of scheduling, and, you know,
You know,
it's
it's,
cuckoo.
It's a lot of phone calls on Dave's part
It
to
is,
talk
it's
to
a
the
lot
kids
of
because,
phone calls.
you know,
yeah. I mean, the kids who were in programs then become employed by,
Right.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I
you know,
know it's an
it's just-
ongoing, you have to sort of nurture this, which is what
Yeah.
you do.
And they'll call me at 10 o'clock at night, say, I can't come to work. I don't look at my phone at 10 o'clock at night, you know. Just,
Yeah.
but I say they're kids, and that's what I
Yeah.
get used to.
Any other
That's it.
budget questions? Okay. Next, policies and procedures, personnel information policy. Okay. So,
where is it? Is it in here?
Yeah, page 15.
today was right
Actually,
after
did
the
we see
budget.
this, did we get to look at this at one time?
So.
We have a recreational
Yeah.
personnel and information policy like this. We had a slight glitch like this. The town once a year asks us to get together and put together all the materials in a box, everything to be shredded and everything like that. And Dave did that like this, and Dave brought it down and Dave put it into the vault we have down here. Somehow the town was notified, not notified where it was, and the back box sat in there for like 8 months. Wasn't open, wasn't touched like that, like this. Then they had, school had to use that room. The vault has a yellow line in it. On the right side of the yellow line is all the electrical equipment for the town. On the left side of the yellow line is our stuff. But our stuff was right up to the edge like this, so they couldn't get a ladder in, so they said to Dave, put the stuff out in the hallway, and Dave told them, like, when you're done, put them back in there. Well, they put everything back, but the one box that was up on the table. That one box had personal information in like this. A couple of the papers got blown outside the door, they got moved around, different places they were found like this. The superintendent called me and we had a couple long meetings like this, and we did not have a policy to cover that. So now we have a policy that all employees and student personnel information forms must be kept in a secure locked cabinet at all times. We bought a locked cabinet, we put it in Dave's office, and he has it there. To be shredded for the town, he's gonna shred at the end of fall programs, we bought him a shredder. Everything will be shredded there, we don't have to worry about the town coming to get it. Anything that can't be shredded goes into a box, it's sealed, it's wrapped, and it says for the town, and it's delivered to our office, the recreation office. We'll take that information and we'll get that to the proper department that shreds the papers. Not having to wait for somebody to come here, that we take it within ourselves, that we personally give that box to the town, so that they have the information. A paper shredder will be provided for the Woodbridge Recreation satellite offices. This shredder is to be used to shred any recreational participant documents, information, all personnel information forms that are no longer required to hold based on state requirements. Any recreational participant document, information, and personal information forms that cannot be shredded at any reason or must be placed in a sealed box labeled Woodbridge Recreation Material to be shredded. This box will be transported by the supervisor, or Smitty or Steve Cahoon, only to the main recreation office. The main recreation office will take possession of the box to be shredded and delivered to the proper department of the town for shredding. No recreational participant documents, information, and personal forms shall be left out in the open. That means left on your desk or anything like that. They have to be locked up at night. So every day, John sends him the information of who's there, what they're, the list, who's in school, and that like this. And those have to be locked up not left on the desk, on your clipboard or something like that. They have to be locked up, because you never know who can get into your office. It's a small, tiny office, but still, anybody can enter. They will put it in a safe, locked area for storage until ready for shredding. The Recreation Department will provide a locked cabinet for the satellite office. We've done that, we've done all that. All personnel procedures must be adhered to at all times. And that's what we did. And that's our program. To cover ourselves, we have a policy now to cover any information on anything.
Do you think it makes sense to include what that time period is that they need to hold on to it? Only because I don't know the state requirements, and so like I
Well, the
ask
state
my-
requirements are only that you lock it up, that it's locked, your information is locked up, and then we do it. So we just do it at the end of each session. We do it at the end of fall, we'll do it at the end of the winter session, and then right now, when Dave finishes in 2 weeks, all the information he'll have in his office, he'll sit there and he'll shred everything. So we have nothing in our office except for what's current.
So, but like say for example, worst case scenario, something happens, and they have to like reference files for past personnel.
Right.
Does it
Everything's on
make-
his computer.
Oh, okay, so
Everything
you
is
just
on,
don't, like,
oh yeah,
scan.
no, everything's on
Oh,
John's
okay.
computer.
Got it. These are
Everything.
just like the
This
hard-
is just a hard copy, these
Okay.
are just hard
The
copies.
we keep a copy of staff emergency forms. We have to have a copy. It has their name, their address, and phone number. We keep a copy of that here, and we need that here.
Yeah,
It
that's
has
fine.
no social security number, it has no personal information. We need that here.
But our backup is John's computer. John,
Right.
everything is placed on his computer first before we get the hard copy.
Who has access to where the
But the only
files?
one that has access is Dave.
That's what you need to put in here. Access is limited to recreation department assistant or whatever.
To those files up
Or,
there.
All right.
recreation,
Hmm?
yeah, whatever it should be,
Well, I
approved
mean,
staff
it's
or.
a full, you know, it's a
Yeah.
policy
Access
and,
limited to supervisor on duty only. Okay, we'll add that in.
okay?
Okay,
And that's why I bring it from everybody sees it from a different angle, and that's something we didn't have in there.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, we limit it to just one key, one person. I don't even have the key. So if anything happens to him, I'm going to his house and get it. That's all. So that's what I want to be for there was a slight problem, and we solved it, and we solved it with the superintendent, and we gave her a copy of what we're doing.
Yeah.
When we redo this, we'll send it again to her, that we have this on here.
Okay. Do you think there needs to be anything else in this? And I wondered if there's anything else that needs to be on this, or do you feel
Only
about the time element that?
I work at like with marketing for investments, so I feel like there's always like time periods, you have to keep records for so many years, so like that's
Well,
what I was
yeah.
thinking, but.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to do that too,
Yeah.
working, in research, you have to keep it for a certain amount of time.
Well, these are, what we have in the office here are just hard copies of what he has on his computer, like that. So whatever is kept on his computer, we can go back and look into it like that. But these are just hard copies that we give to Dave, and he doesn't go on the computer. John is in control of that. And then his hard copies are the ones that have to be destroyed. So nobody gets a hard copy.
Right, so I guess the question that you're.
What happened was there was the name of the child, there was the telephone number of the child, there was the name of the parents, and the address where they lived.
Right, right,
But I also want to say that these forms that flew out were from 2018. Because we never had a policy. We just put it in there. Finally, when Dave Leary decided to clear it out because that's what they wanted, we put it all in a big box and it got moved. It wasn't out for 8 months. It was only out for about, a week or so or two, but got blown out and like this, and it shouldn't have happened. It should not have happened. That box did not have a top on it, or it started with a top on it, but it wasn't wrapped. You have to
We
wrap, so
ever
that
get
top
our-
doesn't come off.
If we ever get our own building and storage, we won't have a problem.
But we're
So,
getting there.
so we're, just to get back to that point, so we're not required by state or anyone to keep these hard copies, other than
No,
we have to keep the contact.
we have to keep the
information,
contact and the
emergency
information
contact.
that he has. Anytime we need it like
Yeah.
this, we go to John and say, can you give us last year's fall program like this? Who was in the fall program? He'll go on his computer, he prints it out for us, and we can get the information if we need it.
But we do have signatures when the kids are picked up. I
Yeah,
think
we
signatures.
still sign out. We still sign out every child that comes, whoever's picking them up, we sign them out. You guys asked for that a few years ago, we're still doing it. We're not letting that go. That's a good one.
And if I don't know the people, I say, who are you?
Do they show ID?
Well, who is this your grandfather or something? I was like,
Yeah. The child will tell us, the child before they get it. Dave doesn't know what it is, he'll ask the child, who's that picking you up? "Well, that's my grandfather picking me up like this, and then we introduce and say, is that your grandfather? Yeah, and is this, so we're not just putting them in a car, we also get in a car.
On the registration forms, is there a place for people to say, these are the people who may be
Yes.
picking me up? So there's a place for
yes.
grandparent
And it's
or?
noted on the
Yeah,
form.
it's not on the
Yeah,
form,
I
but
kind of remember that.
he may not
years
see them,
back.
see their face, you know, because maybe it was just an emergency. The grandfather's on the form and come pick him up, and he
Yeah.
knows that, but he wants to make sure that is the grandfather.
Sure.
And
Grandmother.
Sure.
if I don't, I even call the parents on
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Is the policy limited to paper documents, or do we need a policy for digital documents as well?
I can't do it.
Do we need a policy for how we are storing personal information digitally as well?
I don't think so. It's stored on the town computer, and there's no access to that computer except through the town, through John. Not my computer. We have three computers in our office. Only one computer is not accessible. That's his computer. That he is the only one that has access to that. Our computers are only backup computers to run programs, so he can send me something to my computer, so I can have it. Actually, most of the time, 90% of the time or better, he just prints it off for me from his computer, so I don't have anything on my computer.
The reason I'm asking is in this digital age, do we need to be concerned about any policy related to digital documents? Do we need to purge them after every few years? I'm not sure.
I can ask the town. I can go to Tony tomorrow and ask him what it is, or Karen, ask him what it is, for how long do we have to hold them on a thing like that. You know,
Look,
we can mark that down for them.
Somebody's
Just
gonna
make
get
sure
it
you
in the
just give me a
record, they're gonna
message.
get it.
Absolutely.
Not us.
Trying to make sure that we have a policy in place and we
Right.
follow the
right.
protocol.
Looks good. Good, I'm glad that you're talking about this. Necessity.
See, this is
but-
why you do what we're doing like this. That's a great question. That's a great question. You know, 'cause see it from a different thing, on your question like this, because you work, work in the public for different things. And that's how we learn, that's how we get policies, and we adhere to those policies, and things are fine. That's it.
We're good with this? Okay, excellent, thank you. Publicity. John, take it
Yeah.
away. What would you like to tell us about your great work here?
The first one is the town newsletter. It's about running club, the fast break, the girls basketball camp in the summer, and then I put something about tennis and pickleball court permits available. And then next month will probably be about the summer concerts. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and camp.
In camp, yeah. Camp I did one as soon as registration opened up, April 1, but yeah, we could hit camp again, so good. And then the rest of these are all email blasts that went out. I put one in that the town wanted us to do about the CCW master plan.
Okay.
And then camp again, fitness center. And then John also at Earth Day passed out, we made it flyers that John passed out at, or John had out at Earth Day.
Great.
Like this. And we put our table, they had them all lined up in a row, 40 tables, and we were to the side of it like this. So when you came in, the first thing you saw was a big sign, Women's Recreation Department, and all our
Did you make the
programs.
sign?
Perfect.
Did you make the sign?
No, I didn't. It's the one that we use for summer concerts.
Excellent.
Oh, and I just want to say, at this, they had two young high school bands, like, well, I think one was a junior high band. They were great. And the kid played the keyboard. He started to sing. I said, "Well, listen to Elvis." He was great. There were two good kid bands like this. So I told them, I went over to them, I told them, I said, "You guys work hard, everything like this, because we hire Woodbridge bands to be in our summer concerts."
Yeah.
I said, "So keep your group together
It could
like
be an
this."
opening act for
Yeah,
us.
that's
That's
what
what
I
I'm
was
saying. I
thinking.
said, then we'll call you, and if we need you to come in like this, they can come in and do it. They had electronics, they had everything. The guy on the drums was fantastic. He was wearing Jeep hat, Jeep goggles, the Jeep goggles up on his head. Like they're all dressed up like this, and he was playing the drums like, I'm watching him going, where did he learn this? they were young, they were only like, 10, 12, 14 years old. And he was just, they were amazing.
It would be
Yeah,
great
he
to have
was-
students as opening acts. I guess the one sort of thing to figure out would be in terms of the equipment and
Yeah.
so the performer has to set up their
Their stuff there
equipment and
first.
how to do that.
Well, as soon as they fix the gazebo, and it's all done and clear and clean and waxed and everything's done, then we can go underneath it and use
How
it.
is that gazebo?
I don't know, they haven't done anything yet. And they said they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed the grant opportunity. Remember I was.
There was a grant they were
there was a
looking for to
grant
get
To
it.
fix the gazebo.
Yeah,
It's still high priority.
but yeah, but they are, the next round of grants are gonna apply
That's
for
gonna
it
be
again.
good.
I got them a quote for a professional sound system there, and then they got quotes to fix up the whole thing, so.
But I did put a sign up and told the family that was living in the back wall back there, with a little
Yeah.
sign that said, your rent is going up or get out.
Yeah.
He made us
So,
sign.
we wanna-
He made us sign.
They did, I put a 3x5 card.
His signs.
The commissioners are still very concerned about the gazebo. So
I know,
if
yeah,
that
I
makes it to your minutes,
Relayed
please, by all
that,
means.
yes.
Okay. Is there anything else? Do we,
Oh, we worked, Wednesday softball was having a tough time getting teams together like this, but we made our famous phone call, we called the JCC and we asked them if there's any help, and they did, they went to their teams like this. And we went from 2 teams, and not having a league, to 5 teams
wow,
that came us up to want to play. And then a couple of our teams
Just that.
also went the opposite way. They joined the Sunday morning league at West River Field to play in the JCC league. They allowed them to the JC league, so our group is working together,
wow.
which is really, they're always
That's
good.
great.
Scott and
Yeah, it
everybody over
always
there,
happens,
they're
right?
always good with us.
It's been years of collaboration.
They really help. They're always there.
So, do we have a motion to adjourn this meeting with a round of happy birthday to
Yeah.
John?
Okay.
Yes,
Yes to singing?
yes
To
to singing
adjourning
and
and
yes
singing.
to adjourning.
Okay. A 1 and a
Two.
2.